I'm looking at this. It's a list, but we're not going to go through the list so much. Okay, we're just going to kind of use this as a launching pad to what it potentially means.
Because until we get to June, that's when list broadcasting really begins.
We don't have to do list broadcasting for another few weeks.
Make the list in June.
CBS has their post-draft 2025 NFL QB power rankings. First of all, nice short title, guys.
Okay.
Way to go.
Yeah, that's
like 75 syllables.
We appreciate that.
And the reason it caught our attention is because they have Jaden Daniels number 1 in the NFL.
Wow.
So I already was kind of like, maybe this is what they wanted. I was like, okay, so is this like some weird thing where it's not the best to worst? Like, what are we doing here, right? I mean, Jaden Daniels is going to be a good quarterback. He already is. I don't think he's taking a step back. Like, I think he's legit. He's not better than Patrick Mahomes. He's not better than Josh Allen. He's not better than Lamar. Like, come on.
Can we just let him prove that?
Well,
could we just see him do that again? Prove it.
It'd be nice before you make him the number one quarterback in the league.
You're going to put him over Pat Mahomes. Stop.
They have Mahomes 6th on this list.
It's ridiculous.
Based off of last season, I think Mahomes is lower than a good amount of quarterbacks. But if you're talking about overall, like, career-wise, Mahomes is still the top QB in the league.
But if you're drafting quarterbacks for next year, you would take Mahomes 1.
I don't know. Just because Travis Kelce is going to be 36. I don't know if I trust their offense.
I'm not. But I'm just saying Mahomes. No. Like, if you were building a team, you would take Mahomes first.
Mahomes. Oh, yeah, sure. 100%.
Yes, of course. We're not talking about fantasy football, Rick.
Kelce.
We're talking about actually drafting a player and saying Patrick Mahomes is going to be your starting quarterback. Yeah.
They did make the Super Bowl last year, didn't they? The Chiefs. Like, that was his down year as they got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Not enough was given to that defense.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm serious. Yeah.
Either way,
Pat Mahomes is in a class by himself.
Might be the best quarterback of all time. If not, he's going to be number 2 or number 3 all time, and is still good. It's not like he's at the end of his career. So that I thought was more egregious than having Jaden Daniels 1 was having Mahomes 6th. So take this all with a grain of salt. But naturally, I wanted to see where Kyler Murray was, right? So I scrolled down, I kept scrolling, and I kept scrolling, and I scrolled past. Let me give you some names they had me scroll past before I got to them, okay, Wolf?
Okay, let me write them down.
You tell me when it starts to get egregious, okay? So, like, Dak Prescott at 14. Okay,
that's all right. Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Okay, Bo Nix at 15.
Wow.
I mean, what is he really?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's early, looks good. Okay, Caleb Williams.
Nix?
Caleb Williams at 16, who I would have ahead of Bo Nix, but whatever. Geno at 17. Drake May at 19, who hasn't done
Geno
anything
Smith,
yet.
Of course.
Yes, Geno Smith.
Okay, thank you.
Not Geno Suarez. J.J. McCarthy, who hasn't played a snap in the NFL at 20. Sam Darnold at 22.
All right, Sam Darnold had a great year last year. There's no doubt about that. But J.J. McCarthy?
J.J. McCarthy
Stop.
I don't want to say the guy can't be good because he might be amazing.
Man.
But up to this point, man, he didn't have to throw the ball in college, and he hasn't played yet in the NFL.
Okay, whose list is this once again?
CBS, and I think it's the real CBS. It's not like...
CBS is... Really?
Yeah.
What are you going to do this for? Why are you doing this? First of all, let me just say this. Kyler Murray has a lot to prove, Masononians. He has a lot to prove. And Kyler Murray would tell you that himself. He's going into year 7. You stop and think about it. He's got a lot to prove coming up. There's no doubt about it. I'm looking for Kyler Murray to use 2025 to prove everything, every doubt that is out there in regard to him being your franchise quarterback going forward. And I think specifically I would have to say the second half of the season is going to be huge. Not just for Kyler Murray, for everybody on the team. But that's where this team has wobbled with Kyler Murray at the Q.
Well, I'm going to go in a different direction here, but this is why I brought this list up in the first place. And it's a direction I don't intend to talk about a whole lot this season. And if Kyler Murray plays well, especially in the second half, we may never have to talk about it. But if you were going to trade him next offseason, I would hope the view of him around the league is higher than, he's slightly better than Justin Fields and Mason Rudolph. So I
He's
think
not as good as J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah. Boy, have you seen McCarthy put that helmet on?
Oh, my goodness. That's honestly, when I think of that, I think of clicks. That's what they're looking for when they do stuff like that.
It has to be. It has to be because when I saw Kyler, they have Kyler at 23. I was like, okay, I mean, I get it. He's not finishing season strong. It was more just kind of, I want to get a sense of what the rest of the league perceives him as, and CBS is not the rest of the league. I get that. But just kind of, if this doesn't work this year, what can they get for him a year from now? But when I saw Mahomes at 6, I was like, oh, this list doesn't matter.
That is incredible. Pat Mahomes at 6, for the most part. You know, to me, I'm thinking where we're going to see Kyler Murray improve. And I think for him to continue to develop as a Q, he's got to improve his chemistry with Marvin Harrison Jr. Now, that is first and foremost. We've talked about that over and over
Item
and over
one
again.
on the to-do list.
It's item 1 on the to-do list for the Arizona Cardinals. If they want to start winning games, again, the number one thing that will help them win games is to improve chemistry between Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler Murray, and in particular, throwing the ball down the field. You do that, and they take a significant step forward, and it sets off a chain reaction I've been talking about for weeks, dare I say months. Number 2, throw the ball from the pocket. Throw the ball from the pocket more. Gonna have to do that. Run from the pocket more. Notice there's a theme that is here. The pocket, the pocket, the pocket. And at some point in time, Kyler Murray has got to continue to develop his pocket skills, whether you're throwing it from the pocket or running from the pocket. I don't want to see a bunch of called runs for Kyler Murray. Every now and then, do you use it? Heck yeah! You kidding me? You let the other team know. You let the defensive coordinator know. You don't think we're going to do this? You don't think we're going to run Kyler Murray? Watch this. It's great, especially early in a game, to set that standard that you're willing to do it. But I want to see him use his legs more to get out of trouble.
It's now go back to something we talked about a couple weeks ago. If the defense truly is as improved as it looks like it is on paper, and it already really wasn't bad last year. I mean, on paper it was like, okay, they have to address some stuff, but the defense put them in position to win some games last year, and some they won and some they didn't. But if the defense is going to take a step to being like in the top third maybe of the league with defenses, it makes it less likely you have to trade Kyler because you have a better chance of making the playoffs. But I also think it makes it easier if you miss the playoffs to be like, look, man, we've got everything else in place and we're not making the playoffs. So I just think it puts even more on this season, which you've been saying for a year and a half, going towards this season.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.